Hey there, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems and BikeJames.com, and today I want to share a great upper body exercise, the floor press, and give you some tips on how you can get more out of it as a mountain biker. So first I'll show you the floor press and then go over a couple of reasons why I really like it, how it helps us on the bike, and then again a couple of tips that will help you get much more out of this exercise. So the floor press, you can do it with either a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I'll show you with the dumbbell first. So it's basically like a dumbbell bench press laying on the floor is the best way to describe it. So you're gonna get your weight set up in position. You can either have your legs up or you can have them extended out. If they're extended out, it's a little bit harder. Either way is fine. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the weight down to the floor, light touch of your elbow on the ground, and then you're gonna press it back up to the start position. Now, a couple things on the way down, you wanna watch your elbow position. This is one of the things I'll talk about here in a second, but you wanna feel like you're rowing the weight down. So get the tension here in your armpit muscle and then pull the weight down. If you do that, your elbow will end in the right place. And then again, light touch, and then you're gonna press the weight back up, but don't reach for the ceiling. You want to feel like your shoulder blade is staying heavy against the ground and you don't want to feel it move. So think about driving the back of your shoulder down into the ground as you drive the weight back up. So again, pull the weight down, light touch of the elbow, and then drive the back of your shoulder into the ground, lock the elbow out, and that's how you do a good floor press. And again, you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. If you use a kettlebell, everything is the same, except you're gonna have to watch at this position here that you're not letting, I call this letting the kettlebell win the arm wrestling match. You have to stay strong and not let the kettlebell pull your arm back in this position. Other than that, everything else is the same. So, again, great exercise. A couple reasons that I like that exercise for us as mountain bikers. One, in general, this motion right here is real important for us because we need that for cornering. One of the keys to cornering is being able to use counter pressure on the handlebars in order to get the bike to lean over. So if I'm turning to the left, then I'm actually gonna push forward with the left arm in order to get the bike to start to lean over. Again, don't want to get into all the physics behind it, but that's how you turn a bike. But if you don't have that movement down, so say that you're not able to stay strong with that, then what you're going to find is when you go to push forward, you're going to lose your shoulder position. Your shoulder position is going to tend to come up. So when you press, it's going to look something like this, and you're going to end up with your shoulder really extended rather than being able to stay strong and extend that arm and keep good shoulder and body position while you're doing that. So again, great exercise for us to do that. I like the floor press instead of the dumbbell version for a couple of reasons. One, if you've got perfectly healthy shoulders, then doing full range of motion, bench press and stuff is fine. I work with mountain bikers. Most mountain bikers that I deal with do not have good healthy shoulders, and so I don't like to use real heavy loaded full range of motion stuff like that. I like to use push-ups to get the range of motion, and if we're gonna load something and try and get strong in that movement pattern, then I'm gonna use floor presses. But again, once shoulder mobility is where it needs to be, then we can go into doing full, dumbbell bench presses and stability ball stuff and things like that. But floor press is a great place to start, and it's also a great teaching tool because it helps you feel what's happening with your shoulder blade. If that shoulder blade's moving around a lot, that's an indicator that you're not keeping your shoulder stabilized. So a couple of tips for you to finish off with to help you get more out of this exercise. And it basically boils down to keeping your lats engaged. If your lats are engaged, then they're gonna keep your shoulder in a good, strong position, and that's gonna allow you to press more effectively and more efficiently and keep good balance while you're doing it. So two things are gonna happen. On the way down, if you don't get that armpit muscle tight and feel like you're rowing the weight down, then your elbow is gonna tend to kind of flop in towards you. And this is not the same thing as just pushing your elbow out. If you just push your elbow out away from you, but you don't get the lat engaged, you're still not getting what we want. So that's why it's important to get that lat tight, which is getting that armpit muscle tight, and then row the weight down. Don't just control a fall. That'll really help you keep the lat engaged when you do that. And again, when you press the weight up, if the lat disengages, then you're gonna have that shoulder round forward. So that tip that I was talking about, driving the back of your shoulder into the ground as you extend the weight up and lock the elbow out, that'll help keep that lat engaged in that position there too. So again, use this exercise to get your upper body strong. You know, use the movement lessons that you can get from this exercise to help you move better on the bike so that you can, you know, basically corner, like keep good upper body position while you're leaning your bike over and corner more effectively and more efficiently. So again, hope you've enjoyed this tip. Once again, it's been James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems. Check me out on the web at bikejames.com. You can visit me there and sign up for my Trail Rider mini course. Give you some great tips, some skills tips, some strength training tips, some cardio training tips to help you start riding faster, longer, and having more fun and confidence on the trail. So again, hope you've enjoyed this tip, and I'll talk to you in the next one.